So my name is Geraldine. I go to the Honors College in Miami-Dade at the North Campus, and currently I'm studying biology. So there were a lot of things that stood out to me. Now that I'm remembering everything that we did, um, I want to say the heart-to-heart stood out the most, which was after breakfast. We would gather around in like a circle, and there would be a talking piece, like a rock that would say the word love or compassion, or Bill and Mitzi, which were, the people that ran Narrow Ridge basically for our trip. They would read a short poem, or maybe there would be like a mobile, and they would explain like a short story. And then from that, after they did that, everybody who was carrying the talking piece had to say what they brought to the moment, how they were feeling, any hopes and aspirations, like stuff like that. And why was the biggest takeaway for me? A lot of people, when we're talking, you're saying something, and then I want to interrupt you to say what I'm thinking, but I don't let you finish your whole thought. In Norwich, when we did the heart-to-hearts, everybody got to say what they wanted, and we listened to each other. In the beginning, it was kind of hard because we were all anxious. First day, it was super cool. And then after, as the days went on, we started, we listened to each other. We were able to respond. And there were some laughter, some tears, but it was just, you don't do that here. At least I feel like you're not really listening when you're talking to someone. So doing the heart-to-heart, it was super cool. And I'm going to bring it back to a club in Miami-Dade College where we can do that. A lot of the information has to stay confidential, obviously, because you're sharing your feelings, your thoughts and emotions. So, but it still gives you a chance to let go of any bottled up feelings that you have. It wasn't much of an adjusting because I knew that I was going to, be in a place where it was going to be different. Green housing, it has rainwater collection system, solar power, composting toilets, and a composting bin. Something that I, haven't really been in. I've heard of, but I haven't actually, been in the place. So it was more of getting used to what I'm doing, and getting used to what they told me, like, you can only throw certain stuff in the composting bin. Others, you have to, throw it in the regular trash can. And also, we were a group of 12, so we were in one house working together. We had different chores every day, and it wasn't much of an adjusting, but it was just getting used to it, So some of the activities were, we did yoga at the very end, a meditation. Another day we learned about death, and we went to a natural burial. And then the same day we had a cosmic walk, which it was where we were, our birth in the universe, basically. We also had a potluck day, a day where we learned about nuclear weapons. We had a drum circle, community gardening. We planted chestnut trees. We went on I think it was like a 2-hour hike into a freezing lake, which I swam in. It was pretty cool with a lot of the other girls in the group. And we also had, like I said, the heart-to-hearts and the gratitude circle also, where before dinner and breakfast, we held hands and we said what we were grateful for before eating. Yeah. I want to say that yes, this trip changed the way I use technology. I didn't realize how much time I spent on my phone. The first few days, it felt like the days were so much, well, actually it wasn't even the first few days. It was a whole week where the days felt longer because I wasn't on my phone doing something. I was just sitting down, maybe reading or walking around. And I realized that, it was really hard to not grab my phone for whatever reason. Even if it didn't have Wi-Fi or reception, I still wanted to grab it. But yeah, the biggest takeaway was how much I use technology, how much I rely on it, how it's a tool that I use, but sometimes I use it too much. And also during one of the heart-to-hearts, Jack, which he went on the trip as well, he said that he didn't realize how much our life revolves around our phone, how much we've been like used to it, and it kind of changed my perspective on it. And so when I came back, I was like, okay, I'm gonna try to cut back some time, put some screen time, on the phone, downtime, and limit myself on the use of some apps because they do take up a lot of time when I should be doing something productive. Right, so we're on our phones and we're not paying attention to nature. It's really hard to look down and then also try to be aware of your surroundings. So being off your phone will give you kind of a new perspective, more awareness on how nature works. At least for me, when I was walking in the trails, I started, coming up with ideas on how I can implement more sustainable, methods in my home, like composting and zero waste, at least getting close to it. So being on your phone is a distraction, I want to say, because I feel like we use it a lot for important emails or important calls, but it's a distraction to what we can be doing apart from that. And especially apps, they want to take your time. Your time is their money, and you want to stay away from that and try to go into nature and it also gives you ideas when you're walking. Your mind gets going, starts working and thinking. So yeah, I think it's like it's a big distraction, at least. Yeah. So in Narrow Ridge, you're immersed in nature. Like when I showed the pictures to my family members and friends, they were like, "Wow, there's green everywhere. You're in the forest, basically." I was like, "Yeah, I'm in the forest." So I encourage a lot of everyone who is willing to take a week off and live that way to do it, because it does change your perspective. Like if I didn't go to Narrow Ridge, I wouldn't be planning on composting in the future or starting a vegetable garden from groceries. So I think it's I wouldn't say it's super life-changing, but it changes. It gives you a different perspective on what you can do to be more sustainable. And also, Bill and Mitzi are so nice. Like they're super nice, and everybody there, the whole community is willing to help you to open their doors and show you their way of living. But yeah, I really do encourage anyone who can go that they go. At least for the phone use, it's really hard to put it down because we're on different apps we're always scrolling for hours and hours. And what I did, I just put the phone, I try to put it down and turn it off whenever I could. The best way is to put it somewhere where you can't see it. At least what happened a couple of days into the trip, where Sarah had woken up and she got a bar and she started looking through her phone, and she told me, "Geraldine, I can't, this phone, I have to look at it." And I was like, "Okay, I got you." I took her phone, I took mine, and I hid it in our luggage, and I was like, "We're not gonna see it until we finish this trip." And we did it, and it was so fun, I forgot about the phone. I forgot, that I needed to use it. I had it. I was just there, immersed. I even forgot, time also goes by so slow when you're not on your phone. But that's good, because you could be more productive that way and start coming up with new ideas on how to entertain yourself with no technology. It's really hard in the beginning, but once you start getting used to it and you have a routine going on where you don't use your phone and you try to put it away, it'll be easier. I plan to obviously stay off my phone. It was kind of hard in the first few weeks when I came back, because I got so many notifications from friends and emails that I just had to look at them. But now I'm starting to limit myself, so maybe I'll do 15 minutes on my phone, and then the rest of the day, try to do something, or use the Pomodoro effect when I'm studying, which is 25 minutes of just studying, 5 minutes break where I could be on my phone or be doing something else. But I will definitely try to stay off my phone and electronics when I can, if possible, and just be more conscious of the time that I'm spending on my phone. Be looking at the screen time that I have and saying, okay, you were too much on your phone this day, let's try to stay off your phone here and like come up with ideas that you can do to stay active, stay busy, walk around in nature, or read a book, listen to some music. But yeah, I will be doing some changes.